For our group, we were looking at socioeconomic status, and the factors that we analyzed were specific to counties in Virginia, those including education, employment, income, poverty, and urbanization. The next slide is the questions we specifically were analyzing. However, we go into depth more on the following slides.
I looked at the overall relationship between population and unemployment, which has no correlation overall, according to the correlation coefficients. In rural and urban areas, there's also not a correlation between population and unemployment rates. The counties with the highest unemployment rates include Buchanan County, Petersburg City, and Danville City. The job market and economy was constantly changing in 2019, resulting in a multitude of employment rates despite the population. Among the counties with the highest unemployment rates, urban counties experienced more unemployment. Virginia's non-farm employment decreased by 14,700 jobs in September. This could be a reason why these urban counties have a higher unemployment rate.
So for my portion of the project, I chose to investigate the relationship between socioeconomic status and educational attainment by county in Virginia. So I started by sorting the counties into rich, upper middle class, lower middle class, and poor by median household income. And I used quantiles to do that. So if they're in the top quantile, that would be considered rich, second would be considered upper middle class, etc. Then I further separated the counties by rural and urban. So the categories on the x-axis stand for rich urban, rich rural, upper middle class urban, upper middle class rural, etc. And my major conclusions from my work were twofold. So one, at similar levels of median household income, people from urban counties are more likely to pursue higher education. And two, using median household income for an entire county can be a misleading statistic because there are counties in NOVA with poverty and significant healthcare issues, but the median household income is skewed up by all the high earners.
So I wanted to identify the counties with the highest and lowest levels of education attainment. So these top two graphs show the counties with the lowest education attainment, while the bottom two graphs show the counties with the highest education attainment, and particularly looking at the proportion of adults that did not graduate high school. You notice that all of the counties are rural, whereas in the counties with the highest education attainment, all of them are urban. So that, in conclusion, shows that urban counties in Virginia have higher levels of education attainment overall.
For my analysis, I was looking at the relationship between adolescent poverty in counties of Virginia and their effect on future generations and total poverty. And the plot on the left definitely shows that a relationship is present and is quite strong. And the plot on the right is my splitting all of the counties of Virginia into quartiles of 25, 50, 75, and 100% poverty in their communities. And then I isolated the largest magnitude of poverty for each county and did a background analysis to figure out reasons why they were as impoverished as they were. And I concluded that a lot of similarities were income inequality, single parent households, substance abuse, poor infrastructure, and lack of resources across all quartiles.
I looked at how educational attainment has changed in Virginia since 1970. As you can see on the left-hand side, I've created box plots subsetted by decade showing the distribution of education levels. Basically, over time, more people have been graduating from high school, but less people have been continuing their education after that, maybe due to increased tuition for college education. Next, I wanted to see if there are any counties that have historically under or overperformed. On the right-hand side, I have those mapped. I sorted the data to look for counties that consistently ranked in the top or bottom 6 since 1970. The counties that underperformed, pictured on the top right, were Buchanan County, Greensville, Lee County, all located in southern and southwest Virginia. The counties that overperformed included Fairfax County, Arlington, and others located all in Nova. Overall, our analysis revealed inequalities across Virginia. There is a bulleted recap of what we found, but most importantly, what did we learn from this? Not everyone without an education is living in extreme poverty, but many adults living in poverty do lack a basic education. This affects their children's access to job opportunities and financial security. This can lead to a cycle of hopelessness and intergenerational poverty. We recommend that future policymakers take into account these disparities that exist in Virginia by improving education and stimulating the economy in southwestern regions of Virginia, specifically Buchanan and Lee County.
And here are our sources.